Hello, this is TaskAdapter demo. So what you see in TaskAdapter Web UI is three main tabs: Configs, Schedules, and Results. I will cover each of them. Let's start with Configs. First, you create a new synchronization config to connect two systems, for example, Trello and Atlassian JIRA. I pre-created some config for Trello using credentials and stuff, so to save some time. So I will just use this one. The second system will be Atlassian JIRA. And again, I pre-created this setup. Okay, next. Let's call this Trello JIRA 1. Trello connector requires some additional configuration, which is board ID. Here is my Trello account, and I have a board called Project 1. So let's go ahead and select this board, Project 1. Okay. Also, in JIRA, we need to specify what project in JIRA do we want to save tasks to. And let's use this test project. Query is something that you would need to use if you were to load data from JIRA, which I will cover separately. Okay. Now let's try saving. So two tasks were loaded from Trello, which are these tasks. They will be created using these fields. Okay, so there are some error messages from JIRA. Field due date cannot be set. This is because JIRA projects are very configurable, and not every project would have this due date field. It depends on whether you use an agile project or whatever. So in this case, due date does not exist in that project. All right. So we can just remove this mapping, this field mapping from the config altogether, or we can temporarily unselect it if we want to, let's say, configure this field in JIRA later. Whatever, let's unselect it. Okay. This time 2 tasks were created, 0 tasks were updated. All right. So this task will be here in backlog. Well, let's move them into some sample sprint in JIRA. I think this just makes a better demo. So here are so-called swim lanes in a JIRA project. To do, in progress, done. And I have the same setup in my Trello board. To do, in progress, done. Well, kind of same. Yeah. Okay, now let's create another task in Trello. Let's call it third task. And maybe move one of them to in progress. Okay. And now we want to repeat the same export again. Here we go. So 2 tasks were updated, or will be updated in JIRA, and one will be created, the new one, using the same fields mapping configuration. Okay, go. 1 task created, 2 updated. All right, and here we go. So here we can see that 1 task jumped to in progress. There is no third task here because it was not a part of this sprint. All right, well, we can add it here if we want to. Okay. What else? We can see all previous results. View all export results. The first one failed, and why? Because of field due date. All right. And then, oh, okay. Oops, sorry. And then the next 2 exports succeeded. Okay. Then what you can also do with TaskAdapter is define automated synchronization. This is where you can select a previously created config, let's say Trello JIRA 1, and define the run interval in minutes, and then specify the direction of your expert to Trello, to JIRA, or both, whatever. Then as soon as you enable scheduler, TaskAdapter, as long as TaskAdapter service is running, will perform this automated export every, well, 60 minutes in this case. And you can see results from all these exports in your results tab. If you want to change your, say, JIRA credentials or create any additional connector setups like Trello, Redmine, Basecamp, you can do it here. My JIRA used by one config. You can define, for example, a JIRA setup with a QA user, a JIRA setup with admin user, and so on. There is also the support page with email, version number, and your license information. There is also configure page where you can change local server mode, which is especially important if you work with files or file-based connectors. An example would be Microsoft project files. So processing for web-based connectors versus file-based is different. I will not cover this in details in this video. That will be a separate topic. Then if you want to use TaskAdapter with multiple users, you can allow your admin to view and manage other people's configs. This may be helpful for shared installation. To make sure that the TaskAdapter does not consume all of your disk space, you can limit number of configs, which is not really a problem because every saved config is just a few kilobytes of disk space. And here is where you can add and manage your users. This is basically it.